Vaughn Hammond from Kimmel Orchard and Vineyard is sharing all of his expertise with us today about favorite fruit, peaches. So many people in Nebraska, Vaughn, want to grow peaches. Vaughn, since they love them, there's still some things they need to know before they can grow them. Can you tell us a little bit about what that is that they need to know?
Well, first off, peaches, unlike apples, you can pretty much consistently figure you're going to get an apple crop. Of course, some years it doesn't happen. With peaches, my goal is to hopefully get peaches 3 out of 5 years. Peaches are a very early blooming type of fruit. Peaches, apricots, and so what you have is a situation that you have bloom during a period of time that we still may get a killing frost, and those flowers will disappear with those cold temperatures. So not every year can you be sure that the weather is going to cooperate with your peach crop. Another one of the problems with peaches is they have different insect pests, of course, as compared to an apple tree. First off, there's several insects that affect the peach tree, primarily plum cucurleo, which affects the fruit, comes in and eats on the fruit and causes a phenomenon called cap facing on the fruit. The fruit's still very edible, but it looks a little strange. Then you have the greater and lesser peach tree borers, which bore into the trunk and the scaffolding branches, creating weak trunks and weak scaffolds, which then adds to the short-lived nature of a peach tree. And then, of course, you have to worry about just, not only are peaches delicious to us, it's everything out there as far as raccoons and birds and Japanese beetles. All these things absolutely love peaches, so it's protecting your crop from those critters also.
Peaches look awfully different than apple trees in the background. Are there specific things about the pruning or the pests or the management of peach trees that really make it a completely different crop, especially for the homeowner?
Pruning is completely different with the peach tree as compared to the apple tree. Peaches grow on or fruit on 1-year-old wood, okay? And so that wood is very, very evident in that it is brightly colored. So when you're pruning a peach tree, you're looking to have 3 scaffold branches, possibly 4, and you're looking at having an open vase type of system where the sunlight can penetrate the tree from all directions, because it takes that good sunlight to change the carbohydrates into the sugars that we think are delicious for the peach fruit itself. So a nice open system. And then the other thing that you want to look at is the length of the new growth. The length of the new growth needs to be about no more than 18 inches, because if you get 24 inches and you get that fruit hanging, all of a sudden that twig is breaking because it is a very small branch. Whereas if you keep it shorter at about 18 inches, it's a little bit stronger and will hold the fruit a lot better. The other thing is reducing the height of the tree. You don't want your peach tree to be probably any taller than 8 to maybe 9 foot, because a perfect peach is, again, a ripe peach. When you go to the store, they harvest the peaches green because of shipping, and they're harder. As a homeowner, you're harvesting ripe peaches. You don't want to have to get up on a ladder to get that soft, ripe peach. So you want to be able to harvest it from the ground. So you want to have that tree open and easy access for sunlight and for you as the person taking care of the tree.
Okay.
The other thing about peaches is pruning. Apples you prune when the tree's dormant from very late November until, hopefully you're done by January, February. With peaches, it's totally kind of different. You want them to be dormant, but you want it to be at the end of dormancy, because pruning will actually stave off bud break a little bit. So if you can wait until right before bud break, you can stave off that bud break a tad, which may give you a few days longer for those cold temperatures to get a little bit warmer. So pruning just before bud break.
And of course, that $1 million or 15-year question is, if people are only going to get peaches about every 3 to 5 years, how long do those peach trees live?
Well, For us being in a commercial situation, it's a lot different than the homeowners. We look for 8 to 12 years out of our peach trees, and a homeowner, on the other hand, can look at maybe possibly a little bit longer. Of course, each situation is different, but you can hopefully get maybe 15 years and maybe stretch it even a little further. But a peach tree is much shorter lived than an apple tree for sure.
All right, thanks, Vaughn.
You bet.